Good evening, parents. Welcome to the 2018-2019 school year. My name is Miss Williams. As you can see, I like purple. And I have the pleasure of being your son or daughter's fifth grade teacher. Now, as I'm sure you've noticed, your child has been growing and changing a lot from year to year. This year will be no different. And in order to offer support for your children and give them the best support possible, I've been doing some research. Introducing Jean Piaget, a theorist on child development. Piaget's theory is quite simple. It states that as children grow, they go through different stages. They are active and motivated learners and learn through experiences. I chose this theory because it's an easy way of looking at how students are developing and how best to help them learn. Now, a fifth grader is around 10 years old, which would place them in the concrete operational stage. This means they take things very literally and are able to recognize patterns and make connections. They are on the cusp of grasping abstract thought. As they grow and are progressing towards more complex thinking, they're going through a process called equilibration. It's a bouncing game, constantly being pushed slightly outside of what is comfortable, then regaining your balance, before getting pushed just a little bit farther. Kids learn by exploring the world and trying new things. They're naturally curious, and if encouraged, their curiosity motivates them to learn. Throughout their daily lives, they either assimilate what they encounter or accommodate for it. You see, our brains group things into what Piaget called schemas. Things that fit into existing schemas are assimilated, and ones that don't are accommodated for by creating a whole new schema. Remember that word we talked about? Equilibration? Well, having to accommodate for new things is when you're pushed off balance, and having to make those adjustments is how you learn. Now, every student is different, and they all develop at a different rate. Some are much closer to the next stage of thought, and others are farther behind. Take Kara, Sam, and Molly, for example. Kara might easily accommodate foreign information, while Sam might struggle with it, and Molly might be somewhere between, depending on how far out of her normal range it is. While all kids learn through experience, certain experiences are more effective for others, for some students rather than other students. For example, Kara learns through seeing and reading, as well as listening. For her, a regular direct instruction classroom is perfect. Sam needs to touch things. He is a very aesthetic learner. He needs to do things for himself. Molly loves to dance, and music is the best way to help her master a topic. Now, for the really important part. You, your family, is your child's foundation, their lens through which they see the world. The role of the family is huge. Your support is invaluable for your child's emotional well-being, as well as social and intellectual development. Having a solid and loving family makes all the difference. Now, I'm going to do all I can, but I need a little bit of help from you too. Here are 5 ways that you can help your kids have a successful school year. Number 1, get your kids to school on time. Being late to school often or missing school a lot is not helpful for your child's learning. It can significantly disadvantage them. 2, make time to talk to your kids about their day. Kids sharing what they're learning and about their day with you is wonderful for their intellectual and emotional well-being. Number 3, make them nutritious food. Physical health is just as important as studying and attendance. Making sure your child is eating fruits and vegetables is a small and effective way to set them up for success. Teach them how to balance. So teaching your child something as simple as making sure they take time to do their homework and study every night while also making time to play is a crucial skill for their future. I also must emphasize, both play and work are important. Now, number 5, help them with their homework. Now, especially as they get older, you might not always understand what they're doing in their homework, or it's being taught differently than how you learned. Even if you don't really get it for yourself, helping interpret directions and guiding them in the ways that you can helps keep them focused and shows that you care about them and their education. Well, thank you so much for helping me make this year a huge success for your children. I can't wait to get to know my new students.